So the Browns released a teaser trailer for their new uniforms that I think this is a guess they're gonna unveil next Wednesday or the Wednesday after that. So without further ado, let's first take a look at that trailer. It is a interesting trailer nonetheless. Now a lot of questions have been like, who's the guy in the trailer? It's nobody. It's an actor. If you look at what they leaked or what got leaked of the Atlanta Falcons uniform before they officially unveiled it, they had some generic models wearing the 20 jerseys for this kind of trailer reveal and kind of tease. So that's just a generic person in a 20 jersey, and that's definitely what the numbers are on the jersey that they show, well, the jerseys that they showed off, and I believe they're trying to show off 3 here. But I slowed this down. I looked at it frame by frame. I've watched it a couple times, and I have some takeaways, some interesting takeaways nonetheless, and I have some theories on where I think they're going with this uniform. And the first frame that I'm going to bring to your attention is this one, and this is where you get the first outline of what the numbers are going to look like. Clearly just a more kind of traditional number. You can tell, I believe this is the front of the jersey because you can see the outline of the face mask pointing out at you. And also that just looks like somebody's tricep at the back of his arm instead of at the front. You can just kind of tell by that. And that's the O that's going to be in the 20. I don't know if it's going to have that square edge at the bottom. It might cut off and be like a regular kind of block O. But interesting there to say the least. And it looks like this is a dark jersey with what I think look like white letters. Now these could be orange letters on these jerseys, and if they have another brown jersey with orange letters, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. But it looks like these are white numbers that are reflecting the orange from the lighting in the studio. So that's interesting there. And if you look at the second screen, this is where you can get a much better look at what the numbers are. And this is the back of the jersey. You can just tell by how the triceps look. That's clearly the back of a human being. This is a better look at the 20 that's on the back of the jersey. And here you can see there's more of a definitive outline. And I outlined these in Microsoft Paint so you guys can get a clear picture of what I saw when I had this thing on high brightness and going frame by frame on it. But you could kind of see the outlines of the numbers. And you can see that these are bigger kind of block numbers. And it seems like Nike's going that direction. I hope if they're going to go in this direction, that the numbers are more plain. Because when you try to do like special shadow effects with huge numbers, it looks silly. I think that's why Atlanta's jersey looks so weird. And everything. And then in this third frame, I want to bring your attention to here. You can see a big close up on the face mask. And I think here you can tell that the face mask, I don't think it's changed. I think that's definitely a brown face mask. That's the same exact helmet that the Browns have been wearing. And I think they're going to go with that. Now, people have said, well, duh, they said they're not going to touch the helmet. That doesn't mean a face mask. In 2015, they said they weren't going to touch the helmet. And they did change the face mask and the stripes, and the color of the helmet too. So when they say that, they just mean they're not going to add a logo on it. But I think that is either brown, which it has been for a while, or at maybe a dark gray. But at that point, I think a dark gray would look really ugly. And then here you can see the shoulder of the jersey. And this is interesting, right? Because when they show the flashes, it's like Clay Matthews and Jim Brown, all these old Browns jersey designs, classical ones that have numbers on the shoulders. And I thought that's what they were hinting to, a return to the numbers being on the shoulders. But you can see here, you get a pretty clear outline of what would be there if there's anything there, and there's no stripes, there's no numbers there. It's very plain. And then you can see here that looks like the Nike logo or just like a small emblem right there. So I don't think we're gonna get anything on the sides of these jerseys. I think these are gonna be like very plain jerseys. I think they weren't kidding when they said nothing fancy. So a lot of people hoping for the return of the 2013 design might be disappointed because there is going to be no stripes there like the 2013 and the kind of classical era jerseys have had. I think this is going to be a brown jersey with some numbers on it. And in here you can see kind of a clear outline of what I was talking about. The numbers are still going to be on the top of the shoulder. You can kind of see that here. And then you can even see a little bit even clearer the lack of anything being on the other shoulders. So again, plain kind of these shoulder areas and then numbers on top of the shoulders like there's always been. It's definitely an interesting design choice, and I think they have a little bit of a surprise planned for what they're going to do with the lack of a design element on that shoulder, and I'll explain that later. And then here, you get I think this is the clearest look that you get at the jersey. This is the brown jersey, and you can tell, this is the numbers on the top again, and then you could get a clearer look at what the numbers look like, and you can see the clear outline of the 20 right here on the Browns jersey. So, I think this is going to be a brown and hopefully white numbers. Maybe for like their color rush, they're going to keep the orange numbers on the brown jersey, so they have like two variations of the brown, one that has orange numbers and one that doesn't. I really hope they get rid of the orange numbers on the brown jersey, but it doesn't look clear which direction they're going because you can neither read that as orange or white either way. And then, this is the picture of Clay Matthews. This isn't the picture they showed, but this is kind of the picture of the era of jersey they were showing. Again, the numbers on the side, no stripe design, and then the big block letters. I think that's really the design inspiration for what they're going to. And then I remembered in the NBA Finals, I think last year against the Toronto Raptors, I think it was right after Odell got traded to the Browns. He wore like a Jim Brown jersey. It was kind of like a revamped, kind of Nike made, like a new version of the Jim Brown jersey, like a new kind of retro classic. And then there you could kind of see like where the stripes were in that jersey. And that's kind of a callback to when the jerseys were more like sweaters. And then you can see, I think the numbers are a little bit bigger than they originally used to be. The numbers are also on the sleeve of the jersey instead of the top of the jersey. And then you can see where the stripes are, and they're like at the elbow. And these are kind of how those throwback jerseys look. And that got me thinking about what the Browns might be doing with that. And I think they're going to have kind of an optional special sleeve option where those sleeves are going to be to kind of replicate that look in a modern setting. So the way to get the stripes like down here in this area of the player is that, I think Northwestern and Under Armour used to do something similar where they would have the stripe on the Under Armour garment itself. So the undersleeve would have the stripe instead of the jersey. So then the stripe would be at the bicep, where it used to be in those kind of sweater style jersey, to kind of replicate that look. And I think that's an interesting choice. If it's optional, I don't see the problem with it. And, I can see it looking tacky. I can also see it looking good on some players. I just don't think a lot of players are going to opt for it because not as many players opt for like the undersleeve kind of deal. They kind of do like the shooter sleeve and everything. But yeah, that's what I've found out from rewatching and clicking and just over analyzing the teaser trailer. I do think, and this is my best guess, but I think this is a pretty solid guess. I think the Browns are going to announce the new uniforms next Wednesday, probably along with another team. I don't think the Rams are going forward with their redesign anymore. I think they scrapped it. They scrapped the new colors and the new logos and everything. So I don't think they're getting a redesign. So I think the Browns are going to be up next to kind of announce their new jerseys next Wednesday, right before the draft, to get hype rolling on. The NFL likes to release these things in specific periods. It's not really up to the Cleveland Browns. It's up to the NFL and Nike on when these videos and things get released. But it is very interesting the way they're going, because I think they're going to have what looks like, if you buy the jersey, pretty plain jerseys. And I think it might be really cool if they have a version of the jersey that is kind of that throwback long sleeve with the stripes that you can wear kind of like a sweater. I think more people would buy that, because like, as somebody like me, I don't like buying football jerseys because like I think they look weird when you wear like a football jersey as a t-shirt. It just looks weird to me. It never looks like it's supposed to. You're always reminded that it's supposed to be on pads. It never looks right. But if you look at that throwback that Odell's wearing with the long sleeve Jim Brown jersey, that's something more I can wear. And it's something definitely I could wear in Cleveland more often, because it's going to be a lot warmer if it's that kind of a sweater. I think that's going to be an interesting buy. I would definitely consider buying it if they release like a sweater variant of that kind of kept that classical look. I think that'd be a very good look. I think it's interesting the way they're going. I thought they were going to go back to the sleeves. And I think a lot of people thought they were going to go back to the stripes on the sleeves and numbers on the top, but I don't think they're having anything on those sleeves. And I think you can see that clearly in the video, that the sleeves are going to be bare. The jersey is pretty much going to be basic, like numbers, and that's it. Numbers, base color, that's it on the jersey, and maybe a Nike logo, kind of like the really classic Green Bay Packers jerseys, or like the Raiders jersey, except for the numbers would be on the top. All in all, it's interesting, and maybe they'll have like a couple of stripes like the 80s jerseys did at the seam of the shoulder. That might make a lot of sense, but I don't think we're going to get the big design there that we thought we were going to get, which might be interesting. But it's definitely going to look like a new era, or kind of a new throwback era in Cleveland, which I'm excited for. I wasn't hoping that they just brought back the 2013 jerseys. I thought or hope they would bring back kind of a twist on it. This looks like a twist. We'll see how it plays out and how it looks once we get the full reveal, which I anticipate happening next week. But let me know your thoughts on the teaser trailer. Do you think that you saw some things that you're interested in? Are you a fan of there being nothing on the sleeves? Are you a fan of them kind of bringing back that long sleeve kind of throwback Jim Brown era jersey that I think they're going to try to bring back, at least for the consumers? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And also, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have a good night.